Oh hi, in this video, you're gonna make me move. Alright, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I make arts and all sorts of animated content. So I really appreciate you clicking through my video. So with that being said, I don't care where you are, I'm gonna need you to sit down and watch this video. Because there's some pretty informative stuff coming up. So I need you to sit the F down. So, before we go any further, I'm going to introduce you to something called the 12 principles of animation. Yep, trust me, it might not seem like much, but these 12 things here is like the guideline that every animator uses. It's what people use to make cartoons, video games, short animations. Like, these 12 principles are very, very important. Like, I cannot stress this enough. If you can master these, I mean, I haven't mastered them, and I'm nowhere close to mastering them, but I can still make pretty good, decent animation. But if you can master these 12 principles, trust me, you're gonna be like an OP animator. So these 12 principles were gotten from a book by two legendary Disney animators. It's a book called The Illusion of Life. This book is basically like an animation bible. It's a bible for animators, right? Like most animators have read this book. I have read the book. I can't say I had the discipline to finish the book, but I went pretty far, at least. So in this video, we'll be basically mostly dealing with the first principle of animation, which is squash and stretch. If you want to know more about the rest of the principles, I'll drop a video. The link will be in the description. So there are two types of people watching this video right now. The first are animators that want to see how this actually works and maybe how they can implement it into their own animations. Or you could just be a random person who came up and saw this video and thought it might be interesting to watch. But don't worry, whether you're a pro or not, this is going to be a very simple video. So this is an example of how I use squash and stretch. I make sure I stretch the ball before it hits the ground, and then I squash it immediately it hits the ground to give it that cartoony feel. You understand what I mean in a minute. In simple terms, the more you exaggerate the way the ball moves, the more cartoony it's going to look. This is the finished animation. This is a less cartoony version of the bounce. So as you can see, there's an obvious difference between the first basketball and the second one. You know, this is because of the weight theory. Sometimes when you're making an object that has more weight, you want to reduce the amount of squash and stretch it does. Like if you want to animate a more realistic bouncing ball, you're going to have to reduce the amount of squash and stretch. So for my second example, I'm using a tennis ball. You can see here that it's following an arc, and this is actually one of the 12 principles of animation. It's important to use arcs, not just for balls, but for other things as well, especially living characters when animating. So this is how the finished work looks. So you have to pay attention to the weight of the object you're moving. So take this bowling ball for example. It might look nice, but this is not accurate. There's no way a bowling ball will move like this. Because as I said earlier, we have to pay attention to the weight of the object. A bowling ball is heavy, so it will move like it's heavy. And with that, we have come to the end of the video. Hopefully you learned something, but if you didn't, at least I hope you enjoyed the video. Now these laws apply to everybody. Like, it doesn't matter what software you're using, it doesn't matter what application, it doesn't matter what laptop or tablet. These laws apply everywhere. Like, I just use my phone for this. So yeah, subscribe to my channel to see more of my videos, and I'll see you next time, inshallah.